So nice to meet you. I am Professor Morganti, and I am here to speak a few words about the Premium Design Management Specializing Master. So this master, as you can see here, is of course creating a common ground between business and design, and is specifically, of course, dedicated to premium design, which is that sector of luxury, which we define commonly as affordable luxury. But let's now take a look at the goals. So, of course, the main goal, as I was saying before, of the Specializing Master is to train key figures that could mediate both instances of management and corporate marketing with the needs of products. And here, of course, I am referring to the design of product, the design of spaces, the design of services that are supposed to be characterized by a high quality. This is, of course, the world of luxury. What are the professional outcomes, the expected professional outcomes? Of course, they are various. They are all within the field of luxury, the sector of luxury, and of course, dedicated to the services from the planning to the management of events, exhibitions, also communication in some part, because there is, of course, a focus on communication also, and needless to say, in the field and in the areas of design and strategic marketing. How do we obtain this? This is, of course, obtained through an important participation of course, POLI.design for the area dedicated to the product design, fashion design, and of course the retail design, and Université de Monaco. So the International University of Monaco is also part of this master, which means that the hours of lectures, workshops, and field trips dedicated to design will be held and managed by POLI.design, with, of course, all the network belonging to Politecnico, with the expertise of the professionals, the professors belonging to the network of the city of Milano and of the University of Milano, and for the part dedicated to management and business within the University of Monaco. Of course, we do hope that you will also be able to physically be both in Milano and in Monaco. But as it was previously said during the presentation of the other master, for this master also, all the lectures, all the workshops, all the activities will be guaranteed no matter what the pandemic situation will be throughout the world. So it will be the same both for Milano and Monaco. Of course, this is not enough, because we have this year started also cooperation with the Sole 24 Ore Business School. So there is a specific focus dedicated to merchandising and in-store strategies, which was held by the Sole 24 Ore. So we are therefore reinforcing the expertise of POLI.design in the field of design with this PILS, which is actually more than PILS because it's more than 100 hours, with, of course, one university, one international university, which is, of course, strictly connected to an area which is an area of luxury, a renowned area of luxury in Europe, and, of course, the Sole 24 Ore Business School. The teaching activities will start in November 23 for a total amount of 370 hours of teaching activities. And the important thing here to say is that we will start with theoretical teaching activities, but there will be also a series of practical workshops in which we will ask everybody, no matter what their background is, to actively take part in small concept, in the creation and in the delivery of small concepts, small projects dedicated to retail, to product, and to communication. Because we do think that one of the best way to actually create this common ground, this common language between different backgrounds is certainly that of creating small groups, working together and delivering, of course, projects. Of course, part dedicated to the workshop will start in January, after January, excuse me, and this will be held live in classes. Of course, this will also be possibly followed by online in case the students were abroad, and again, in case they were not allowed to come. Of course, we are also planning visits and field trips, and all the lectures that will happen online will be registered and visible later. What is and why is the focus on premium design management? There is, of course, this is a sector that has always been constantly increasing over the last decade, and even the outlook is actually that of a constant decrease in spite of course, the current situation. And this is why we do think that this is a very important area to focus on. The images that you are watching now are the images of a famous exhibition that was held, in fact, in Milano, dedicated to luxury. The name was Options of Luxuries, because already 15 years ago, we started, of course, not only dealing with the field of luxury, of fashions and accessories connected to the area of luxury, but we also extended our look to lifestyle in general. So we started focusing on lifestyle and luxury as a more vast, wider area of interest, which is not only including fashion, but which is also including a series of different area of development. And this is, of course, why during the course you will not just have a small focus on fashion history, but you will have also focus on design in general, okay? So premium design projects, the courses of premium design projects will analyze the different areas of luxury design. To take part in the selection, of course, you need to send a CV, a motivation letter, which is important because there will be an interview which will be based, of course, on your CV, but also on the motivation and the reasons why you will be choosing this master. This is a master which is dedicated to all students having a bachelor degree. That might be a bachelor from a Master of Science in Economy or Engineering Management, but also architecture and all the fields related to design. This is highly important because we do think and we do hope to create, of course, teams that will work with different backgrounds, sharing their knowledge and building, of course, this common ground, which will be very useful for your future career, of course. I think that probably also Elisa, who is following us, might add a few words about this, so about the selection process. Thank you, Elisa.
Yes, sure. Mainly, as mentioned by Professor, the selection process foresees first of all, the uploading of your application documents, and in particular, you may go on the link that you may find here and that you may find as well on the web page of the master in the area that is named admission. So mainly, if you click you're going to be sent to a form that needs to be filled with your personal data, and you will have to upload the documents that you may find here, that are your CV, motivation letter, portfolio if you have a background in design or architecture. But as Professor was saying, if you don't have, I mean, if you have a different background, maybe in economics or marketing, or let's say other different backgrounds, don't be scared, because it's not a mandatory document. And you will have also to add the scanning of your bachelor degree and university transcript, as well as the scanning of your ID card or passport, mainly because when we will receive the documents that you send through the platform, we will fix an interview, a selection interview with the master board that will take place online. Mainly, as a general rule, it's by Skype, and at the same time the degree that you got will be evaluated by the proper office, the office that is in charge for that, from Politecnico di Milano side, that will mainly check if the degree that you previously got is recognized by the Italian Ministry of Education. So mainly after verification by Politecnico, we will send by email the result for the selection. And as mentioned, the deadline to apply is going to be end of September. But since, as you see, the students who can be admitted in the master are in a limited number, up to maximum 20 people, we would suggest not to wait until the very last deadline to apply, mainly because the selection process is already open, and also because in case, of course, you need to arrange your professional life, or in general a movement and so on. It's better not to wait until the very last deadline, because yes, because mainly also the selection also go on a chronological order. So mainly you see that there is a limited number of places available. So it's better not to wait until the very end of the selection.
Thank you very much, Elisa. I have already here 3 questions I would like to answer. First of all, can the specialized in master degree be used to pursue further study like a PhD? Well, this is actually a different kind of teaching path, because the main difference between the specializing master and the other, of course, university kind of teachings and paths, is that should be the link between the world of companies and the world of the university. So this is why probably I did not mention this, but the end of the structure is actually based on an internship. So the idea of this master is to reduce the gap that might exist between the university and the world of the company. So this is why there are practical activities. This is why there are field trips. This is why also people from other companies are invited. What are the differences between this master and the master of strategic design? Of course, the overall structure is completely different, but I would say that the focus is also completely different. We have a specific focus, of course, on luxury. This is also why I was just referring to, of course, the possible participation of companies. So no matter whether we will be able to do a field trip or whether we will invite some member of some company. Last year, for instance, we invited the person in charge for the management of the mall, which is the only shopping mall directly managed by a luxury company, which is Kering. So the responsible of the representative of Kering came to the master and of course explained to us how their format is working, what are the main differences between that kind of mall and all other malls. And of course, this is just a small, of course, example, but I can tell you that it's completely different to run a mall which is, of course, focusing only on luxury, which is owned by a luxury company like Kering, and to, for instance, own an average outlet or another kind of retailing activity. So the two formats are completely different, but also the structure, of course, getting back to the differences between the masters are very different. Of course, as I've just said, also other connections, so the connection with the Université de Monaco and the connection with the Sole 24 Ore Business School is one thing that only this master is currently focusing on. What are the job opportunities when pursuing this master degree? Of course, I have now referred to the field of retail because this is a possibility. So we have had, of course, interns that started working as a retail assistant to the store manager. But of course, this is also influenced by your background because saying that our focus is the world of luxury, there are, of course, plenty of possibilities that might be either in the field of design agencies, working for companies in the field of luxury, or for companies. So some of our former candidates actually worked for Lesilla, which is a brand dealing with luxury, high-end boots and shoes, but also for Bulgari, so for jewelry, with different, of course, with different focus. You have to always consider that here we are trying to create this common language, which means that we do hope that people holding a bachelor in economics or in engineering management will be able to better understand design projects, as we hope that, of course, students coming from a background in design will be finally aware of the importance of a budget, of a marketing plan, so to adapt also their work. And so the main fields are mainly this one in the field of retail, the field of also marketing and communication campaigns. So lately also digital is becoming and social media management is becoming very important for the field of luxury, and this is also why we have a small focus during the master specifically dedicated to digital communication.